Bridging the Gap, Revolutionizing Education with Technology. Here at Sobering Thoughts Company, a drug and alcohol rehabilitation facility, we treat co-occurring events by utilizing different treatment modalities, combined with blended learning approaches to promote the cognitive and behavioral-based learning outcomes. By doing so, we take didactic group and individual treatment and learning sessions and integrate digital learning activities and online learning solutions to drive cognitive, experiential, and behavioral outcomes that can be translated into rehabilitation and data by clinicians and insurance providers by using ASAM, American Society of Addiction Medicine. Creating online learning or integrating dynamic learning activities in the addiction space will be adopted by most therapists and psychologists, but there will be many who oppose replacing individual and group therapy education using any innovative technological platform. However, blended learning can lead to improved cognitive learning and behavioral outcomes. Thus, successfully facilitating technology adoption must address cognitive, emotional, and contextual concerns. Straub, 2017. Let's talk about the adopter's characteristics. Innovators, 2.5%. Innovators are the first individuals to adopt an innovation. Innovators are willing to take risk, youngest in age, have the highest social class, have great financial lucidity, very social, and have closest contact to scientific sources and interaction with other innovators. Early adopters, 13.5%. This is the second fastest category of individuals who adopt an innovation. These individuals have the highest degree of opinion leadership among other adopter categories. Early adopters are typically younger in age, have a higher social status, have more financial lucidity, advanced education, and are more socially forward than late adopters. Early majority, 34%. Individuals in this category adopt an innovation after a varying degree of time. This time of adoption is significantly longer than the innovators and early adopters. Early majority tend to be slower in the adoption process, have above average social status, contact with early adopters, and seldom hold positions of opinion leaderships in a system. The late majority, 34%. Individuals in this category will adopt an innovation after the average member of the society. These individuals approach an innovation with a high degree of skepticism and after the majority of society has adopted the innovation. Late majority are typically skeptical about an innovation, have below average social status, very little financial lucidity, in contact with others in late majority and early majority, very little opinion leadership. Laggards, 16%. Individuals in this category are the last to adopt an innovation. Unlike some of the previous categories, individuals in this category show little to no leadership. These individuals typically have an aversion to change agents and tend to be advanced in age. Now let's discuss how we will use innovators, early adopters, and early majority as we implement new technologies in education. Innovators, early adopters, and early majority adopters in education find the positive and value of innovation and technology and join forces with change agents to promote and implement cutting-edge blended solutions that ramp learners to proficiency and streamline processes for other educators. While the age of all of those that fall into these three areas may vary and do not only consist of youthful age educators and administrators, their ability to be thought-provoking, change catalysts, and leaders are a few of their main characteristics. One of their greatest strengths aside from intellect, is the ability to communicate and teach the slow adopters about new innovation technologies and their ability to articulate the value of blending technology into learning curriculum and activities. And like Jesus Christ did, we too should empower the innovators, early adopters, and early majority to go out and teach the late majority and laggards. Many times, slow adopters do not adopt new technology into the learning environment or curriculum due to the lack of technology skills or understanding the value of their integration. Driving change takes a team of change catalysts and change management strategy. Christ alone could not spread the word of God and his love for all. He needed disciples to share and spread his teaching. So he taught them, empowered them, and sent them to different regions to share the gospel. Mitigating culture shock through recovery and acceptance is the key to change management and conflict resolution. However, since culture shock can also result from the speed of technological innovation, it may become favorable transitional experience resulting in the adoption of new values, attitudes, and behavior patterns. Borkovich et al., 2015, page 145. Introducing new technologies may seem like a culture shock to many tenured and new educators, and for this reason, early adopters play a critical role in teaching the slow adopters and coaching them through new skills and processes. Highlighted here is a two-part change management strategy to help slow adopters, such as the late majority and laggards. Train the early adopters how to use the new technology. Train the benefits and value of integrating the new innovation into education. And provide performance outcome data if available. Empower to disseminate the value of the new system integration into education. And empower to teach or coach the late majority and laggards the new processes or system. Now let's discuss how we can help the late majority and laggards adopt new systems and technologies when implementing. Slow adopters, such as the late majority and laggards, are usually reluctant to change because they lack technical skills and are used to a traditional way of teaching. Like our students, many are afraid to ask for help. Change management, communication, and educational strategies should be put in place when introducing and implementing new technological solutions to education and learning material, especially if it is a global impact, such as a learning management system. Change must always come from the top down. Implementation in education begins with the C-suite or administrators, and communication and buy-in starts with them. Then the change management team and training skilled educators should work on training to roll out the new system and communication strategies to promote excitement and buy-in. The CIO or CEO has a personal responsibility to set forth his or her vision for the strategy and adoption of the technology. As the leader of change, the CIO's delivery system or medium is just as important as the message itself. Borkovich et al., 2015, page 141. Once training, communication, and implementation has taken place, leaders, such as subject matter experts, should be able to evaluate the staff and document those that struggled learning the new system or blended learning solution and provide coaching needs. Christ was no different when he used different modalities to teach us the Word of God and the change his love on the cross would bring to humanity. Jesus too attempted to bridge the gap with miracles, parables, and demonstrations, and there were some that believed and some that still lacked faith. that doesn't mean we give up on them. Just as Jesus Christ used different teaching, communication, and demonstration strategies to bridge the gap to all those who listened to his teachings, and even those who did not want to listen, we too must find the best communication and implementation strategies to answer the concerns of slow adopters of integrated technology within education. I believe having a personalized digital transformation plan and communication strategy works best for creating excitement and buy-in for educators at all levels and tenure. If one can demonstrate the ease of use and performance outcomes to motivate peers will help make technological integration a bit more seamless. Engage and inspire, personalize the digital change experience for your workforce, and boost team performance. Deliver the best transformation experiences by inspiring employees through experience mapping, games, and viral communication campaigns. IBM 2020. Each time we wish to introduce a new technology, hardware, or software in the classroom, it's imperative you create clear instructions and share the value of the program. This concludes our presentation on how we could use our innovators, early adopter majority, to work with our late majority and laggards